Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel Planet Build, and welcome to part 4 of Willow Grove. Now for those who've missed it, this is the Willow Grove contest, and I'm participating with this park in the Willow Grove contest. Now it's been about, I guess, 13-14 days since I've last uploaded my last video, and that was because I was enjoying my Disney cruise to Alaska. Now that is over. I had an amazing time on that one, and now it's time to start working again on my Willow Grove because I only got 2 months left to complete this park. Now this park will have over 4 areas, and the first area, which you see over here, is the Light and Fright area, and that should be completed for like 99%. In the last video we did the Hive 5 coaster, and in today's video, which will just be a small update on Willow Grove, I'm going to share some details on the station for our Nightmare coaster, which is in the center over here. And I'm also going to talk about the update 5.0, which was released yesterday. And I think so far that is the update that will help me the most on creating things that I want. First of all, you get the new Sci-Fi team, which is added to the game. You get 2 or 3 new coasters, but mostly the functions in the pathway with the circular stamps, but also with the invisible parts, are going to help me so much. But before we're going to see what the Sci-Fi team does for this park and how I'm going to integrate the Sci-Fi team into Willow Grove, and I'm going to use those path tools, let's just go ahead and get on over to the station for the Nightmare coaster. Now the coaster was already completed in the first 2 or 3 videos, and I still needed to work on the station over here. And this is the Nightmare coaster, so I do wanted a lot of light into this coaster with some light elements hanging in front of our station. And also this area is the Light and Fright area, so a lot of light elements in this one. And as you may have seen in the last video, the Hive coaster also has some honeybee light effects in it, but also throughout the whole track some other light effects. And for the station, which was not finished in the last video, it is completed now, and you got a lot of those lampposts hanging in front of our coaster, and just some small details in the terrain work for our coaster over here, with some metal flowers and some metal trees, which also light up at night. And I do especially love the, let's go ahead and switch it to nighttime. I do especially love the nighttime view in this one, because you get all those lights lighting up over here, which just has an amazing effect when you would be in the park as well, and also in the background over here, and again with the light effects on the uphill lift to the top part of this coaster. So like I said, that should complete this section for almost 99%. So the only things that I do need to work on some details in the path work, and maybe some details on the borders of this area before we're going to start working on our new areas, and that would also makes it easier to complete the outer sections over here. So yeah, that should be it for the Light and Fright area. Now let's talk about path work, because I got a nice example of how I was struggling with the path work for mostly curved paths, and in this case I wanted a planter over here, and I need to manually delete this path work underneath. But now, and I'm so happy with that one, you got the circular stomp path in your pathing tools. Let's see, stomp builder. So first I'm going to cover up this area just like that, and what's definitely going to help me is the circle stamp, in this case the smallest one, that I can easily cut out a perfect circle for those planters. Now also a thing that I was struggling with is when this is just a small narrow planter over here, which I use the wooden planks for, so when I would enlarge it, you would still be seeing those white edges on the pathwork. But that's why I'm so happy with this 5th upgrade to the game. You can now easily with the no, let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, you can add, you can switch to adding curves or not. So in this case, I don't want the curves on that one. So when I now hit the customization brush, I can delete those ugly white curves on that one, or curves on that one. So they won't be that much visible anymore. So that makes it a lot easier to create those planters for my park. And I think that just looks much more natural than in this case with all those white borders or those white curves on our pathway. So I think from now on I'm only going to use path work without those curves, because those curves just annoy me and I just always want to cover them up. Like just in this case over here, I'm just going to delete the curves on that one. So yeah, this is the thing I've been waiting for so long, ever since the game came out, because I just like to use a lot of round shapes in my park, and I think this pathing tool with the round stamps would help me a lot in the future. And as you can see over here again, I didn't need to adjust these pathways all by myself with the editing tool, and now I can just easily use the path stamp tool, the circular one. So quite happy with that update. Now let's just go ahead and start the sci-fi theme for this park, or the ideas that I got for the Willow Grove park, with adding the sci-fi theme to this park. Now I'm actually going to skip this middle part over here, but this will just be the nostalgic area. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to shape that area, so I did need to reserve the middle section over here for that area, and I just used some terrain work just to cover up that area which I want to use for the nostalgic area, and a small area over here for probably a family coaster. Now I wasn't that happy with the Western theme that came out a couple of weeks ago, mostly because you can see a huge difference in texture and detail on those pieces versus the items that are in the base game. So when you would place the Western items next to the base game items, you can definitely see a difference, and that's a lot less with the sci-fi items. So I'm actually quite happy with this one, and there are a lot of pieces in this sci-fi theming. First of all, you got a lot of animatronics, which will definitely help out when creating a indoor coaster or an indoor attraction, or maybe an outdoor attraction. But also some nice triggerable items like the doors, the coaster doors with some lasers, some robotics and stuff like that. But also a lot of panel work and items that you can use just to cover up your walls or give more details to your walls, and that's the thing I've been waiting for, mostly because you can see it in the background over here, and I will show it to you in about 2 minutes or so. This is the idea that I got for the next area. So like I said, a lot of pieces that will help me create the next area, but also a lot of pieces that I'm happy with because I can use more details on my walls right now, but just by adding in some of these pieces to my walls. And yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy using this sci-fi pack, mostly for the new area in Willow Grove. Now, speaking of the new area, let's just head on over to this side, because this will be the fourth area for my Willow Grove. Like I said before in my other videos, this will be the nostalgic area. We got the Light and Fright area over here, and over here on the right side we got our harbor area. And maybe if you have noticed, the next update coming, update 6, will involve the pirate theme but also the fantasy theme. So I think it's good for me to wait for the pirate theme to be added to the game before I'm going to start our harbor area. So I skipped the middle part over here. I'm just going to work on the second area, which will be our exactly last area, which I was still thinking about what I'm going to create for this area. And when the sci-fi pack was added, and I think about 2 years ago I also played Cyberpunk. I now got the idea of creating a city over here with some blocks in it and some street work, and just some facades, but with a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops, a lot of facilities, and of course a lot of attractions integrated into that city. I'm going to create a cyberpunk feeling city over here, and I already made a small mock-up, a small facade over here to give you guys an idea of what I wanted to create for this area. And this is just basically it. I'm just going to cover all these open spaces with some blocks, and create some facades in front of it, and all the gray areas will be for the walkways and for the roads in between. And then all the way in the back over here I'm going to create, and I think I'm going to call it the Moon Escape attraction or the Moon Blast attraction, something like that. But I just want to create a moon environment with a launch coaster in it, and maybe I'm going to try to get a reversed launch coaster into that one by using the let's see what it's called, by using the rotating coaster by Vector, so the cars can rotate just like the Guardians of the Galaxy ones. So that gives me the option to actually make those cars go reverse and make a reverse track into this Moon Blast attraction. So that's the idea that I got. I'm actually quite happy with the Sci-Fi team because as you may have noticed, I'm not a builder when it comes to building facades, but I think the Sci-Fi theme makes it a lot easier for me. So I'm quite happy with that one, and this is actually the right moment when the Sci-Fi theme was added to create this cyberpunk area. Yeah, so that's basically it. That will be the plans for my Willow Grove. Like I said, just a small update on what I want to create for the next area. And there will be a new video very soon. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this is part 4, but this is just a small small glimpse of what I did so far with the Light and Fright area over here, and what plans I got for the rest of the park, and how I'm going to integrate the sci-fi theme into my park over here. And that should basically it. So stay tuned for part 5, where we're definitely going to work on these facades, and maybe already a small bit on the Moonblast attraction. And I hope to see you guys very soon. And maybe one last thing, if you are not playing Planet Coaster 2 yet, they've added a bunch of updates, and I think with each update the game got better and better and better. So I think this is a nice moment to start playing Planet Coaster 2, because now it has so much to offer. There are a lot of bugs fixed in this game since the start of the game, and I can spend so many hours in this game, and I hope you guys will also do. So this will be the right start for you, or the right moment to start playing this game. So stay tuned. This was part 4, and I hope to see you guys very soon in part 5, and that will definitely be within a couple of days, where we're going to create the cyberpunk area for Willow Grove. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.